Hey Scrappers, it's Vanessa here with another scrapbook process video, and today I am playing along with Sarah Scraps in her Chamel's Sketches Reimagined. Sarah had posted on the Secret Not Secret Kit Club party over the weekend that she wanted to know if anyone wanted to play along and use this sketch that you see up in the corner and create a layout, and she will show them at the end of her video, as well as if you want to create a video you could. And so I decided to go ahead and do that. So the sketch you'll see there, I showed it at the beginning of the video, and it will be up there in the corner of this layout as I put it together. Now I decided to stay pretty true to the sketch. I keep everything pretty much where Chamel had it in the original. I really like just how clean and simple this design was. And so I wanted to just create a layout that was just that. No mixed media, just really simple, using some scrap pattern papers and some older pattern papers that I just had laying in my stash, and to create a page that I didn't really have to do a whole lot of work to put the background together or put a lot of thought into it. I could just follow the sketch and create the layout, and that is what I did for this one. So the first thing that you see me doing here is, as I've been talking, I have pulled out all those pattern papers that I said I was going to use, and I'm just creating the background. So to me it's kind of like a grid patchwork quilt almost that she has going in the background, where she has essentially three boxes. And so I am going to mirror that exact same thing. I have the large sort of square with that floral, and then I have this white with a pink polka dot. That's going to be the largest piece that spans top to bottom of the layout. And then I have that Dear Lizzie paper that is little hearts, is the sort of smallest piece there at the bottom. And those are going to be the pattern papers that I'm going to use to build out my bottom. And you can see here that I did, on that white and pink polka dot, I did cut it a little short. So I am going to fix that here. And once the layout is put together, you won't even see that I made a mistake. But it goes to show you that because I don't actually technically measure anything, it's really easy to cut it shorter than you mean to, and so easily fixable, and you won't even notice it in the end. But essentially how you see right here with all of my papers laid down and then my two photos, this is how the base of this layout is going to go together. And so basically, once I had that done, I went off camera and I put that through my sewing machine. So I decided that just to add that extra interest, because I didn't plan to put any mixed media or even splatters or anything on this page, I just wanted to keep it super simple. I thought adding the additional texture of the stitching would really kind of pull all of those patterns together and kind of just make the layout have a bit more interest. And that, I really like the look of that stitching. I did more of like a zigzaggy kind of stitch to it, and so you'll see it better in the close-ups. Now, once I have that done, I put my photos back in place, and I am using two photos. They're not 4x6 like the original shows. I am using one 4x4 and one 4x6, but it works perfectly. And then I just have a collection of embellishments, lots of stickers, some October Afternoon. I have some cut aparts from a Maggie Holmes sheet that just had those tickets. I have a chipboard from, I believe that's a Vicky Boutin collection. Again, more label stickers from October Afternoon, and just a whole mix of different stickers and ephemera pieces that I'm just going to layer up in 3 areas. So in Chamel's sketch, there's 3 clusters. I moved one of them down to the bottom, and then I have one that's up a little bit further than where she's showing them. But essentially, I kept the 3 clusters. I just moved them around a bit on the page for where I wanted them to work better with my photo. So That's the great thing about a sketch, is it's a jumping off point. So while I kept pretty true to the overall design of this page, I did move things around to make it work for my layout of where I wanted to place those clusters. So definitely do that when you're playing with a sketch. You don't have to make it exactly. And I'm just, again, building out each of my clusters. I have puffy stickers now with these florals. I have this really old collection, and these are like super puffy. They're really, really thick puffy stickers. So they add a lot of dimension, which is helpful because I did not pop up my photos, but those puffy stickers are super dimensional. So they give a lot of lift and interest to each of the clusters. Again, I'm just sticking with sort of the colors that I'm using in this page, and I'm just going through these bits and pieces, the stickers, the puffy stickers. I even have one of these sort of faux brads from a very old Simple Stories summer collection, and I'm just going to stick that one up there in that top cluster. And yeah, I just go ahead and build each of those clusters. Now, I didn't make you watch me glue all of that down off camera, but I did go ahead and do that. And then while I glued all of that down, I did pull out the thickers and the different stickers that I was going to use to build my title. And I did put some on wax paper. Now, while I was working on my title, I had put it on wax paper so I could kind of play around with the placement. It took me a little while to kind of decide where I wanted to put my title. At first, this here is what I'm thinking I was wanting for this page, which was to sort of make the title kind of stacked. In the end, I did not like the way that looked. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't quite the look I was going for. And so you'll see here, this is what I end up doing with the title, is I end up sort of making it 2 rows, I guess you could say, kind of with the walk sitting on top of the first part of the garden, and then in and the on separate lines. And then I do go ahead and add that A for my title, which is now a walk in the garden instead of walk in the garden. And that's basically all that the pictures were. I had taken these photos, and I have other ones that will go on some other pages from the botanical gardens that are near where I live. And I had taken the kids, and we had gone for a walk through that garden. And so these are just some of the photos that I took, and I just love looking at all the different flowers. And so I thought this is kind of the perfect pattern papers and perfect sort of simple layout to use for these photos. So with that, I have added some faux wood enamel dots, and then the trail for my butterfly with some other enamel dots, and that will complete this layout. Here are the still photos, and I will have Sarah's link below, and she will have lots of other examples of this layout, so be sure to check out her video, and she will also post anyone else who has decided to play along as well. So with that, guys, here is the layout, and I will catch you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.